Warning: the following show will contain language, scenes, and scenarios and situations of a highly adult nature. So if you are under the age of 18, what are you doing watching this video? I play Minecraft as well, you know. Your discretion is advised. Shoo. Okay, now that the kids are out of the room, hey guys, what is up? This is Couch Potato Mike coming to you from the book club once more to read Chapter 30 of Freed by e.l.james. Last episode, we did two really short episodes. 28 and 29 were very, very short. And this one, not so short. So this one's another one that I've been waiting for. Can't wait, but I just want to remind you guys to like this video because it helps out with that YouTube algorithm. And please, while you're at it, ring the bell icon so you know when these are coming up. And first, foremost, and everything else, subscribe. I'm on the drive for 300 subs, and we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. At the time of recording this video, I have now hit 280 subs. 280. Yeah. 20 more, and I win a free nothing. So, but it'll make me feel good. So, a needle pulling thread. All right, to get on right on with it, let's go right into chapter 30. Let's get the microphone correct. Look how much of the book we got left. This little bit right here. This little bit right here. And I do have other books coming up I want to show you guys. In addition, I will, I don't know if you want me to read these next or not, but we have Gray and Darker right here. Those are going to get read. And I have the first three books in the Gabriel series, starting with Gabriel's Inferno. So, looking forward to reading all those for you guys. But without further ado, let's jump right into chapter 30, which takes place on Tuesday, September the 11th. September the 6th. Sorry, guys. Tuesday, September the 6th, 2011. A story of fine jewelry has outdone itself. My lunchtime quest was a success, and I'm delighted with the gift I bought for Anna. I hope she likes it, too. Glancing at her beautiful face on my office wall, I admire her secret smile as she peers down at me. But as ever, she gives nothing away. Lord, she is lovely. I find myself grinning at her portrait like the lovesick fool I am. A man in love with his wife. Get a grip, Gray. My plans for Anna's birthday are falling into place. Mrs. Jones has volunteered to cook a surprise dinner party for Anna, and I'm waiting to hear if all of our guests can make it. I've offered to send the jet to collect Carla and Bob. Ray is on, and my siblings have both said yes, but I have yet to hear from my folks. Anna knows nothing of this, and the event will be the first surprise party I've ever organized. I remember when I bought my apartment pre-construction, how the real estate agent had waxed lyrical about the expansive entertainment space within. I never thought I'd actually get to use it. That wasn't my life, and now, 2 years later, I'm hosting a party. For my wife. Who knew? It should be fun. Perhaps we could take everyone to see the new house on Sunday after lunch and check out how Elliot and his team are doing. Or perhaps we could go before, just Anna and me, maybe on Friday. I check my schedule, but I'm interrupted by a text from Taylor, and a nanosecond later, an email from Anna. I open the email first. From Anastasia Gray, subject visitors, September the 6th, 2011, 15:27 to Christian Gray. Christian, Leela is here to see me. I will see her with Prescott. I'll use my newly acquired slapping skills with my now healed hand, should I need to. Try, and I mean try, not to worry. I'm a big girl. We'll call once we've spoken. A.X. Anastasia Gray, editor, SIP. What? Leela? Fuck! I dial Anna's number immediately. No fucking way is she meeting with Leela. The phone rings and rings, ignored by Anna, and my blood pressure climbs with each unanswered chime until it reaches a dizzying height. Eventually, her voicemail kicks in, asking me to leave a message. I hang up, not trusting myself to speak. Hell! I check Taylor's text. Taylor, Mrs. Gray is meeting with Leela Williams. Prescott is attending the meeting. I'm heading to the car. Prescott must have told him. Andrea! My bellow practically shakes the window behind me. I text Taylor back. You going to SIP? Andrea doesn't bother to knock and comes barreling into my office. Mr. Gray? Get me Anna's assistant on the line. Now! Yes, sir. What the hell is Layla playing at? She knows this is forbidden, and as for Prescott, Layla is on the watch list. She knows this is prohibited. My office phone buzzes and Andrea puts Hannah through. Mr. Gray, good afternoon. Hannah sounds irritatingly cheerful. I need to speak to my wife now. I'm not in the mood for pleasantries. Oh, I'm afraid she's in a meeting. I'm going to have a coronary. I'm fully aware of that. Get her out of the meeting. I'm not. Do it now or you're fired. I seethe through gritted teeth. Yes, sir, she squeaks, and the phone clatters to her desk, the noise an assault on my eardrum. Shit. I'm left hanging, waiting once more for Anastasia Gray. My fingers drum a frantic tattoo on my desk. Perhaps I should just get up and go. That's absurd. Did John speak to Leela? My BlackBerry buzzes. Taylor, I'm in the car, outside. Wait for me. Copy. I don't understand what Prescott is playing at. How did she let this happen? My phone scrapes along the desk and has dropped back into the hard surface. The noise is deafening again. Fucking hell, Hannah is clumsy. Mr. Gray? Yes? The word hisses out at her in frustration. Get on with it. Anna says she's sorry, but she's busy and she'll call you back shortly. Jesus Christ, she's a tongue-tied mess. Fine, I snap and hang up. Shit, what to do? Prescott, of course. Anna said Prescott would be in the meeting with her. She has a phone, though I don't think I have her number. Andrea! I shout once more, and a moment later she's in the doorway, her demeanor tentative. Get me Prescott on her mobile. Andrea looks momentarily baffled, and I think I'm going to explode. Belinda Prescott, Anna's security, I snap. Now! Ah, yes! Andrea disappears. Don't be an asshole, Gray. Taking a deep breath in an effort to calm myself, I get up and pace behind my desk, knowing it will be a moment before Andrea has Prescott's number. I'm suffocated by my anxiety. Loosening my tie, I undo my top button to ameliorate the situation, but an image of Layla, bedraggled and destitute, holding a gun at Anna, remains at the forefront of my mind. It's torture. My anger and apprehension rise several notches on the Richter scale. When my phone rings, I grab it. Mrs. Gray, security for you, Andrea says. Mr. Gray, Prescott says. Prescott, I cannot begin to articulate how disappointed I am in you right now. Let me talk to my wife. Yes, sir, she answers. There's a beat of muffled chatter. Christian? Anna snaps, and from her tone I know she's on her high fucking horse, condescending to talk to me. What the fuck are you playing at? I bark down the phone. Don't shout at me! Her retort only fuels my temper. What do you mean, don't shout at you? My voice bellows around the room and into the phone. I gave specific instructions, which you have completely disregarded. Again. Hell, Anna, I'm fucking furious. When you are calmer, we will talk about this. Oh no, don't you hang up on me. Goodbye, Christian. Anna! Anna! The line is dead and I think I'm going to erupt like Mount St. Helens. Incandescent with fury, I grab my jacket and my phone and storm out of my office. Cancel the rest of my meetings today, I growl at Andrea, and let Taylor know I'm on my way down. Yes, sir. The elevator takes an eternal 16 seconds to arrive. I know because I count each and every one in an effort to rein in my temper. After I step in and jab the button for the lobby, I clench my fists so tightly that my fingernails dig into my palms, and I know I have lost the fight. Andrea glances up, consternation writ large on her face, but I remain impassive, ignoring her as the door is closed. I am ready to do battle. With my wife. Again. And with Layla. What the fuck is she thinking? Taylor is standing by the car, holding the door open. I'm grateful that at least he's on the case. We drive in silence to SIP as my anger simmers, ready to boil over at the slightest provocation. From the back of the car, I call Flynn's office, but I get his secretary Janet's voicemail. I hang up frustrated that I can't even vent my anger to Flynn. Was this Leela's plan all along? She knew that if she accosted my wife, then I would come running. I'm playing into her hands, but I don't give a fuck. After an agonizing journey, Taylor pulls up outside SIP, and I'm out of the car as soon as he stops at the curve. I don't bother with the reception, but head straight to the double doors toward Anna's office. At her desk, Hannah looks up. I ignore her too. Mr. Gray! I burst into Anna's office so forcefully that a few papers fall to the floor, amplifying the room's emptiness. Shit. Feeling like a complete idiot, I turn around and glare at Hannah. Where is she? I snap, trying not to lose it. She pales and points toward the opposite end of the open floor plan. In the meeting room. I'll take you. I'll manage, thank you, scowling at her, my tone glacial and clipped. I blaze back in the direction I've come from, a storm cloud about to burst. I have to remind myself that it's not her fault. Ignoring the curious glances from the staff at their desks, I pass by the double doors to reception. They open and Taylor stalks through to join me, but beyond him I catch a glimpse of Susanna Shaw sitting on one of the Chesterfields in the waiting room. What the hell? Are all my ex-submissives here? She's reading a magazine, so she doesn't see me. I haven't got time for this. I spot Layla through the glass wall of the conference room. Without knocking, I barge in and am met by 3 surprised pairs of eyes. Anna stares at me in shock, then fury. Leela's eyes widen, but she drops her gaze to the table, as she should. Prescott stares ahead. My first response is relief that Anna is unharmed, but it's swiftly swept aside by my anger. You, I address Prescott. You're fired. Get out now. Prescott nods, resigned, I think, and makes her way around the table to leave. Anna gapes at me. Christian! She pushes her chair back, and I know she's going to stand up and berate me. I hold a finger up in warning. Don't. I keep my voice low while I struggle to contain my fury. Prescott, her face expressionless, walks past me out of the room. Shutting the door behind her, I turn to confront Layla. She looks as I remember when she was with me, healthy and well-adjusted. It's a relief to see her looking like her old self, and I'd tell her that if I wasn't so fucking angry with her right now. Splaying my hands onto the cool surface of the polished wood, I lean forward, tension tightening every muscle in my body, and I snarl. What the fuck are you doing here? Christian! Anna exclaims, shocked, I think, but I ignore and concentrate my attention on Miss Layla Williams. Well, I demand. Layla's eyes dart to mine, her face slowly draining of color. I wanted to see you, and you wouldn't let me, she whispers. So you came here to harass my wife? Layla examines the tabletop again. Well, I'm here now. You got what you wanted. I'm mad that I've been played, but more livid that she's here with Anna. Layla, if you come anywhere near my wife again, I will cut off all support. Doctors, art school, medical insurance, all of it. Gone. Do you understand? Christian! Anna tries to interject. She looks distraught, but right now I don't give a shit, and I silence her with a look. Yes, Layla says, her voice almost inaudible. What's Susanna doing in reception? She came with me. I stand upright and run a hand through my hair. What am I going to do with her? Christian, please, Anna interjects. Layla just wants to say thank you, that's all. Ignoring Anna, I direct a question at Layla. Did you stay with Susanna while you were sick? Yes. Did she know you were doing what you were doing while you were staying with her? No, she was away on vacation. I can't imagine that Susanna would have stood by and let Layla lose her mind. She's always struck me as a caring and considerate person. I sigh. Why do you need to see me? You know you should send any requests through Flynn. Do you need something? Layla traces her finger along the edge of the table, and the silence fills the room. Abruptly, she looks up. I had to know, she declares, looking directly at me. Had to know what? That you're okay? What the fuck? That I'm okay? I don't believe her. Yes, she's not backing down. I'm fine. There, question answered. Now Taylor will run you to SeaTac so you can go back to the East Coast. And if you take one step west of the Mississippi, it's all gone, understand? Yes, I understand, Layla says quietly, her expression finally contrite. It goes a long way toward calming me. Good, I mutter. It might not be convenient for Leela to go back tonight. She has plans. Anna intervenes again. Anastasia, my tone is arctic. This does not concern you. The stubborn scowl that I know so well forms on her face. Layla came to see me, not you, she snaps. Layla turns to look at Anna. I had my instructions, Mrs. Gray. I disobeyed them. She glances at me and then back to my wife. This is the Christian Gray I know, she says, but her tone is almost wistful. What? That's not fair. We role-played a relationship, for fuck's sake, and the last time she was in the room with my wife, she had her at gunpoint. I will go to the ends of the earth to keep Anastasia safe. Layla rises, and I want to leap to my own defense, but if that's how she'd like to rewrite history, then so be it. I don't give a flying fuck. I'd like to stay until tomorrow. My flight is at noon, she states. I'll have someone collect you at 10 to take you to the airport. Thank you. You're Susanna's? Yes. Okay. Layla turns to Anna. Goodbye, Mrs. Gray. Thank you for seeing me. Anna rises and holds out her hand, and they shake. Goodbye. Good luck, she says. Layla nods with a faint, sincere smile and turns to me. Goodbye, Christian. Goodbye, Layla. Dr. Flynn, remember? Yes, sir. I open the door for her to leave, but she pauses in front of me. I'm glad you're happy. You deserve to be, she says, and then she's out of the door. I watch her leave, baffled by our exchange. What the hell was all that about? I close the door and, taking a deep breath, turn to face my wife. Don't even think about being angry with me, she snarls. Call Claude Bastille and kick the shit out of him or go see Flynn. Her cheeks pink with a rising anger. Wow. Attack is the first form of defense. But that's not what this is about. You promised you wouldn't do this. Do what? She spits at me. Defy me. No, I didn't. I said I'd be more considerate. I told you she was here. I had Prescott search her and your other little friend, too. Prescott was with me the entire time. Now you fired the poor woman when she was only doing what I asked. Anna is on a roll. I told you not to worry, yet here you are. I don't remember receiving your papal bull decreeing that I couldn't see Leela. I didn't know that my visitors were subject to a prescribed list. She's mad. Really mad. Her voice rising and her eyes flashing with righteous indignation. Impressive, Mrs. Gray. I marvel at how she always stands up to me and remains as disarming as ever. And she's funny, sucking the venom out of the room with her choice of words. Papal bull? I ask, because it's the most amusing and disrespectful thing I've heard in a while, and I hope to raise a smile. Anna remains stony-faced. Shit. What? I ask, exasperated. I had hoped that we could move on now that she's got everything off her chest. You! Why were you so callous toward her? What? I wasn't callous. I was mad. She shouldn't be here. Hell. Sighing, I lean against the table. Anastasia, you don't understand. Layla, Susanna, all of them. They were a pleasant, diverting pastime, but that's all. You were the center of my universe, and the last time you two were in a room together, she had you at gunpoint. I don't want her anywhere near you. But Christian, she was ill. I know that. And I know she's better now, but I'm not giving her the benefit of the doubt anymore. What she did was unforgivable. But you've just played right into her hands. She wanted to see you again, and she knew you'd come running if she came to me. I shrug. I don't want you tainted with my old life. Anna frowns. Christian, you are who you are because of your old life. Your new life, whatever. What touches you touches me. I accepted that when I agreed to marry you because I love you. Where is she going with this? Her expression is raw, full of compassion, but this time it's not for me, but for Layla. Who knew Layla would find an advocate in my wife? She didn't hurt me. She loves you too. I don't give a fuck. And no, she doesn't love me. How could she? Layla knows only too well what I'm capable of. Anna stares at me as if she's seeing me for the first time. Oh, baby, I told you a long time ago. 50 Shades. Why are you championing her cause all of a sudden? I asked, baffled. Look, Christian, I don't think Layla and I will be swapping recipes and knitting patterns anytime soon, but I didn't think you'd be so heartless to her. I told you once, I don't have a heart, I mutter, and even in my own ears I sound petulant. She rolls her eyes. That's just not true, Christian. You're being ridiculous. You do care about her. You wouldn't be paying for art classes and the rest of that stuff if you didn't. I remember Layla, broken and filthy as I bathed her in Anna's old apartment, and how I felt seeing her like that. Hell, I've had enough of this shit. This discussion is over. Let's go home. Anna glances at her watch. It's too early. Home, I insist. Please, Anna. Christian, I'm tired of having the same argument with you. She sounds weary. What argument? You know, she continues, correctly interpreting my frown. I do something you don't like, and you think of some way to get back at me, usually involving some of your kinky fuckery, which is either mind-blowing or cruel, she shrugs. Cruel? Shit. Yeah, she safe-worded on you, Gray. Fuck. Mind-blowing? I ask, because I don't want to dwell on cruel. Usually, yes. What was mind-blowing? Anna looks exasperated. You know. I can guess. Various erotic memories cloud my imagination. Anna in a spreader bar shackled to the bed, the cross in my childhood bedroom. Christian, She sounds breathless, distracting her as worked. I like to please you. I brush my thumb over her bottom lip. You do. Her voice is petal soft, caressing me. Everywhere. I know, I whisper in her ear. It's the one thing I do know. When I stand, Anna's eyes are closed. She opens them abruptly and purses her lips, probably in response to my wicked smile. I want her. I don't want to argue. What was mind-blowing, Anastasia? I coax her. You want the list? There's a list. Well, the handcuffs, she mumbles, and for a moment she looks lost in the memory of our honeymoon tryst. No. I grab her hand and skim my thumb around her wrist. I don't want to mark you. My eyes meet hers, imploring her. Come home. I have to work. Home. Please, Anna, I don't want to fight. We gaze at each other, our battlefield, the space between us, as I try desperately to understand what she might be thinking. I know I've angered her, and at the back of my mind I'm concerned that I might be doing exactly what Flynn had warned me against, sabotaging our relationship and killing my own happiness. I need to know we're okay. Her pupils widen, growing larger and darkening her eyes. I can't resist her. Raising my hand, I caress her cheek with the back of my fingers. We could stay here. My voice is hoarse, betraying my desire and my need to reconnect with my wife. Anna blinks and shakes her head, stepping back. Christian, I don't want to have sex here. Your mistress has just been in this room. She was never my mistress. Only Elena fits that title. Don't go there, Gray. That's just semantics, Christian. She sounds weary once more. Don't overthink this, Anna. She's history, and I don't know if I'm referring to Layla or Elena, but the same applies to both of them. They're history. Anna sighs and she regards me as if I'm a complex riddle to solve, her eyes beseeching me, but for what I don't know. Suddenly her expression changes to one of alarm and she gasps and I think she says no. But she is history. Yes, I implore her, and I press my lips to hers and drive away her doubt. Oh, Christian, she whispers, you scare me sometimes. She grasps my head in her hands and pulls my lips to hers, kissing me. I'm lost. Scare her? I fold her in my arms and whisper against her lips. Why? You could turn away from her so easily. This time I know she's referring to my attitude to Layla. And you think I might turn away from you, Anna? Why the hell would you think that? What's brought this on? Nothing. Kiss me. Take me home. Her lips find mine once more, but this time there's a desperate edge to her kiss. What's wrong, Anna? The thought is fleeting as I surrender to her tongue. Anna writhes beneath me. Oh, please, she begs. All in good time. I have her exactly where I want her, on our bed in a scala, trussed up and available. She groans and pulls on the leather restraints that bind each elbow to each knee. She's completely open to me and helpless, as I focus my attention and the tip of my tongue to her clitoris. She groans as I tease the potent powerhouse buried in her flesh, feeling it harden under my relentless ministration. God, I love this. Her fingers find my hair, tugging it hard. but I don't stop. She's trying to straighten her legs. She's close. Don't come. My words float over her wet flesh. I will spank you if you come. She groans and tugs harder. Control, Anna. It's all about control. And I double down on my efforts, my tongue continuing to provoke her, bringing her closer and closer. I know this is a losing battle for her. She's so near. Ah! She cries, and her climax spirals through her body. She raises her face to the ceiling and arches her back as she comes. Yes. I don't stop until she screams. Oh, Anna, I chide her, nipping her thigh. You came. Flipping her onto her front, I smack her hard on her behind so she cries out. Control, I repeat, and grabbing her hips, I drive into her. She cries out again, and I still, reveling in her. This is where I want to be, my happy place. Leaning forward, I unclip each cuff in turn so she's free and pull her fully onto my lap, driving deeper inside her. Anna. I wrap my arm around her and caress her jaw, enjoying the feel of her back against my front. Move, I whisper my demand in her ear. She moans and rises on my lap and then back down. Too slow. Faster, I order. And she moves, fast, faster, faster still, taking me with her. Oh, baby, this is heaven. The feel of her. I ease her head back, kissing her throat as my other hand skims down her body, caressing her skin. From her hip, I trail my fingers down to cup her vulva. She whimpers as I brush my fingers against her already sensitized clitoris. Yes, Anna, you are mine, only you. Yes, she cries out, and I can't believe she's so close. Her readiness fuels my desire. She tips her head back, and the first shocks are there. Come for me, I whisper. She lets go, and I hold her still while I ride out her orgasm. Christian, she calls, and my name tipping me over the edge. Oh, Anna, I love you, I groan, and I come, all the tension from earlier spiraling out of my body as I find my release. We lie sprawled together, and we're a tangle of limbs and cuffs. I kiss her shoulder and stroke her hair from her face before propping myself up on her elbow. While I knead her backside where I smacked her, I ask, Does that make the list, Mrs. Gray? Is that a yes? Her lips lift in a glorious smile. I grin. She's incoherent. Job done, Gray. I kiss her shoulder again as she rolls over to face me. Well, I ask. Yes, it makes the list. Her eyes sparkle with mischief. But it's a long list. She makes me feel 10 feet tall. My earlier anger's forgotten. Thank you, Anna. I kiss her. Good. Shall we have dinner? She nods and her fingers dance over my chest. I want you to tell me something. Sincere, curious blue eyes meet mine. What? Don't get mad. What is it, Anna? You do care. She says the words with such compassionate sincerity that all the air is sucked from my lungs. I want you to admit that you care, because the Christian I know and love would care. Why does she do this? From nowhere, images of Layla and Susanna and the rest of my subs cloud my brain. All that we did, all that they did for me, all that I did and do for them. Layla broken and filthy. Hell. That was torture. I wouldn't want her or any of them to experience that ever. Yes, I care. Happy? Anna's eyes soften. Yes, very. I frown. I can't believe I'm talking to you now, here in our bed about... She places a finger on my lips. We're not. Let's eat. I'm hungry. I sigh and shake my head. This woman confounds me in every way. Why is this so important to her? My sweet, compassionate wife. You beguile and bewilder me, Mrs. Gray. Good. She kisses me, her tongue finding mine, and soon we're lost in each other again. Yeah, he was a lot more furious than you could even imagine. He was screaming at everybody, at Andrea, his assistant. He screamed at everybody except Taylor, come to think of it. And I love the exchange between him and Hannah. Not Anna, Hannah. Because he had her insanely freaking nervous. She's probably scared shitless she was going to be fired. No, I'm loving this. And I'm loving this. And I hope you guys are loving this ride along with me. So until next time, this is Couch Potato Mike reminding you guys that in the end, we're all stories. So let's make them good ones. See you next time.